Hello, Spartans. This is Mr. Kadzia with your BYOD updates for this school year. BYOD refers to any electronic devices that you bring to school from home for educational use in the classroom. It could be any of the items that you see listed here on the screen. We're going to cover some rules and procedures from Wake County district level and from the school that will help you use these devices safely and effectively for your learning. The first rule from the district is that there is no sharing of personal devices. You may help and guide each other, but you may not hold someone else's device. We see this all the time, and it's very easy to do, but you don't want to be in a position where someone breaks or damages your device. And similarly, you don't want to be in a position where something happens to a device of someone else that you are holding. Best if everyone hangs on to their own devices at all times. You'll be given permission to use your devices in class by a teacher and only for a very specific assignment or task. It is Wake County Board policy that all technology, including personal devices, is for educational use only. So there's no games, there will be no listening to music, and you will not be given free time in class to do whatever you want to do on your device. Those are Wake County Board policies that your teachers are required to follow. This year, you'll need to get in the habit of completely powering off your device until you are told to turn it on. It's also best if you start putting your device in Do Not Disturb mode or turning off notifications for those apps that constantly interrupt you during the day. Teachers will conduct random show your screen checks to make sure you are doing what you're supposed to be doing on your device. If you're not on task on your device, that will count as a violation. You must be connected to the school Wi-Fi, either Wake BYOD or WCPSS guest. This is a Wake County rule and there are no exceptions. Your teachers will have information on how to conduct random Wi-Fi checks in the class just to be sure you're connected to the correct Wi-Fi. Please ask for help if you need it. Those of you who have already connected to Wake BYOD know that there is a splash screen that comes up when you connect. If it doesn't come up automatically, you may need to force it to open. The way you do this is you go to the web browser on your device, that would be Safari or Chrome or Silk, for example, and you enter a website address. You cannot put in a Google search. You can't just type in Salem Middle School because that won't work. You must put in a full website address with a .com or something like that at the end. This will force the screen to come up, and you scroll to the bottom and tap or click Connect. You need to do this every single day when you come to school, even if your device is set to remember the network. You must connect with the splash screen. Otherwise, you are not on the Wi-Fi and you may be drawing down data. Later this summer, Wake BYOD will be replaced by WCPSS Guest, which will be easier to connect to and stay connected to. We'll have more information for you when that happens. Texting and communication. You should not be texting anyone during the school day, including your parents. However, if you need to contact your parents, you may ask your teacher for permission, or you may go to Student Services. The Student Services office is a safe zone for you to be able to call or text your parents, but you should not be texting them from class without permission. Sometimes you are tempted to respond to messages from home during the day. We are asking your parents not to text or call you during the day in order to help you follow these rules. Keeping your phone powered off will help keep your phone from making sound or vibrating in class. The last Wake County rule that you need to follow is the Responsible Use Policy, or the RUP. These are the district rules for using technology at school, and it includes when and how to use devices in class. This is something that we go over with you at the beginning of every school year. When you look at the splash screen for Wake BYOD, all of the Wake County rules are written here. This is what you're agreeing to when you tap or click Connect. It talks about the RUP. It talks about BYOD as a privilege that you can lose. It talks about using only Wi-Fi and no personal data usage. It also talks about how school administrators and district officials can take your phone from you and they can search it if they suspect that there is something going on. And it also says that you and only you are responsible for your device. Those were the Wake County rules. Now we have some Salem Middle School BYOD procedures that you will need to learn before you'll be allowed to use your device in class. New this year, off means powered off. as in hold down your power button and slide to power off. This is true even on BYOD green days, which we'll get to in a moment. Powering off your phone will stop all the unwanted interruptions and distractions that come from your devices during the day. Your teachers will give you reminders and time at the beginning of class to power off your phones. Every student who wants to use a device must sign a BYOD contract and have that contract signed by a parent or guardian. This is so we know that both you and an adult at home are aware of the BYOD rules and procedures. What's new this year? If you have a signed contract on file with us from last year, you will not need to have another one signed. That permission stays with you. Your teachers have a current list of who has permission. The only students who need to have contracts signed and returned will be 6th graders, students new to SALEM, and returning students that did not have a signed contract on file last year. Students with permission will get a new sticker for your agenda. If you already have permission, you'll get those stickers today. Otherwise, you'll get them when you turn in your signed contract. Your elective teachers will also be looking for this sticker if you are using devices in their classes. So your BYOD contract covers all classes and areas, not just your core team. You will place your sticker on this page in your agenda in the top right corner. This year, that page is just after page 24, which has your usernames and passwords. Also, write your name on this page so we know that the agenda belongs to you. In order to use your personal device in a green zone, you must have your agenda and sticker. This is a school-wide expectation and every teacher knows it. There will be no exceptions. If you're a student who is likely to forget or lose your agenda, don't, or you won't be able to use your devices in class. Our classroom signs have been changed from last year. Every classroom will have one of these 2 signs displayed in the doorway that tells you the device status going in. If you're red, devices are powered off, not just asleep, and put away. You won't be using them, so don't ask. If you're green, the device is still powered off and docked. Your teacher will tell you when it is time to turn it on. Your agenda is your dock. It will be on your desk, open to the page with the sticker showing, and your powered off device on top of it, face down. If you don't have an agenda that day, then you don't have a dock and you're not using your device. We cannot stress this enough about BYOD green. It does not say you can use it whenever you want or for whatever you want. The 4 instructional use rule still applies. On green, your teacher will tell you when to turn on the device and how you will be using it. Green is only an indication that you will be using them during class for a specific purpose. We have permanent red zones around the building. So once you leave the classroom, you are in a permanent red zone. This includes hallways, cafeteria, bathrooms, locker rooms, and the stairwells. Devices in these areas are powered off and away from 7:45 until 3 o'clock. Between classes, you should not even have your devices in your hands, and your teachers will be making sure you don't before you leave the room. Store those devices in your backpack, your locker, or your pocket. If you are seen with a device or earbuds in a red zone, that will count as a violation and you'll be asked to put them away. If you do not comply, you can have your device taken away and may be written up for discipline. Another school rule relates to photos and videos. You need to be aware that you should not be taking photos or videos on your devices at school without permission from a teacher. A teacher should always know when you are taking photos and video, who you are taking photos of, and why you are taking them. You should also be asking permission of anyone who is appearing in the photo or video if it is okay for you to be taking it. That's just being digitally responsible. You also shouldn't be taking photos or videos of classmates or teachers without them knowing it. If anyone asks you if they can take a photo or video of you, you really should be asking them why they need to do it and what they intend to do with it. You don't want any of those things to be posted in places where you have lost control over them. So really start having a conversation with each other about photos and videos that you take and where they end up. Tagging someone in a photo and video is not the same as asking permission. So make sure you are asking permission before those are being taken. If you forget to bring your device to school, then your device has the day off. You may not have a parent bring it to school and drop it off in the front office. It will not be accepted. Charging is also an issue for these electronic devices, and we recognize that the charge on your device may not last all day. Powering off your phone will allow that to last a little bit longer. Charging in class is up to the teacher. Check with your teachers to find out which ones will allow you to charge your devices in class and what their procedures are for that. You may not leave your device in a classroom to charge and then go somewhere else. Please remember that BYOD is a privilege. Abuse it and you lose it. The consequences for repeatedly not following directions are listed here. Your first offense in any class will be a warning. Your second offense in any class will be what's called bag and tag. Every teacher will have a Ziploc bag and they will hold it out to you for you to place your device inside. You will not be placing the phone directly into their hand. They will tag it with your name and send it to the office. You will be allowed to pick that up at the end of the day. For the third offense, we will continue to bag and tag, but we will now have a conference with the teacher and the counselor, and a phone call will be made home. The parent will need to come to pick up the phone or device at the end of the school day after offense 3. Offense 4 is all of the same things with the addition of a discipline write-up and conference, this time with an administrator and ISS lunch. And finally, after many repeat offenses, then BYOD privileges will be taken away from you for the remainder of the school year. It's important for you to understand that these offenses and violations will follow you across the school. For example, if you have a violation in one class that counts as your first offense, and then you have a violation in another class, that counts as your second offense. You will not reset every time you switch to a new teacher. These rules will be posted in each classroom for you. So it's pretty simple here, folks. If you listen to your teachers and you follow the rules and procedures that we have laid out, then we will have a smooth and positive BYOD experience for everyone here.